Welcome to Stories with Dice. This is the Dark Blue Sea, a Mutant Year Zero actual play podcast. If you're enjoying our actual plays, please subscribe to Stories with Dice so you'll never miss an episode. Don't forget to rate and review us. It really helps others discover the podcast. Follow us on social media to stay updated, share your thoughts, and join the conversation. You'll find the relevant links in the description of each episode.
How did we get here? It's episode 18 of our Dark Blue Sea Mutant Year Zero game. I am joined as ever with, I was thinking of a very nice adjective for Marco and my brain just went, no, I can't.
There are no nice adjectives for me.
There's
Fuck you.
loads of nice adjectives. Hi, Marco. How are you?
Oh, I'm okay. A little tired, but I'm all right. Kitten is keeping us awake.
I'll prod you if you sort of like start dribbling into the keyboard or anything. We are joined by Chris.
Hello.
We are joined by Pete.
Hi.
And Douglas.
Hello.
Right, I guess we'll kick off where we last left off. And that was you all sailing your catamaran into a whole bunch of jellyfish. We'll call them jellyfish. That seems like a good name. They kind of got stuck on your hull. They were kind of stuck on you. They kind of there was just loads of them. They were all probably about, I don't know, the head of the jellyfish, the kind of main body, probably no more than sort of like a balloon shape size, maybe a football kind of size kind of thing. And then all the kind of like tendrils and stuff probably were down.
When you said balloon, I instantly thought of like a hot air balloon. I was like, fuck, that's big.
Not a hot air balloon, more like a kid's party balloon.
Got it.
And we're not making animal shapes either. And there's sort of maybe about half a meter of tendrils and stuff that kind of like hang into the water. And in this case, all over the hull and the sails and you and they don't seem to do anything. But then you started to sort of like smell this sort of burning as they started to kind of touch anything that was metal and it started to corrode. So I guess, well, first thing we'll do is how well does the ship hold up to a bunch of these things? So I've got a roll. So we'll see. So for every success I get, it takes away from your bonuses of your ship. You've got 2. So if I've got 2 or more successes, your catamaran's going to the bottom of the ocean. I also want for each of you, I'm not going to be horrendous. It would also damage any of your gear, but I'm going to be particularly nice. So each of you roll me a d6. I'll start with you, Marco. Roll me a d6, and one of these things is going to get touched, one of your items. So that's one of your weapons. You've got a choice. Your scrap rifle, your assault rifle, or your scrap knife.
Knife.
So one of these sort of tendrils latches onto your knife and it kind of corrodes the actual blade. Knife's gone. It's broken. It's damaged. It's so corroded that it can't use it anymore. So please take that off your character sheet. Cochrane. The only gear you have is...
I only have one gear, so is it just going to happen to that, or is there a chance nothing happens?
No, that's pretty... Well, roll me a d6. The less gear, the less likelihood you're going to get stuff, right?
I only have one possession. The only other possession is attached to this boat.
You don't want a 1 or a 2, essentially, is what you want to not roll.
Maybe it's the letter.
That's not a 1 and a 2.
Fine.
It's a 4.
Maybe it's the letter that Victon gave you. Maybe there's like a piece of metal in it.
Or you spent time like burning onto a bit of metal.
No, you kind of get it on you, but nothing actually gets to anything that's corrosive. You just sort of like take all the tendrils and stuff off. Moss, roll me a d6 for me, please. You really don't want a 5 or a 6 like that.
Yeah, well, can I let go of the hand grenade before it explodes in my hand? In my pocket, I guess.
Could you roll me another d6? And you really don't want a 1 or a 2 this time. So let's see how well that roll goes. Okay, that's fine. So it kind of gets all over your sort of like diving suit and stuff that's either out or wherever it might be. But it doesn't do anything to it because it's not really made of any kind of metal. So you're fine. Pete, so roll me a d6, please. Okay. That scrap axe that you'd kind of like broken, but you were kind of sailing so that Moss could repair it, is completely gone. One happens to land sort of like on the side and it kind of, the tendrils go around it and start to eat it. Before you turn around, the blade's gone, unfortunately. Sorry to have to tell you. And you sort of, by the time we've all kind of got this all off, you've managed to maneuver the ship back out and away. Certain parts of your metallic equipment start to do that. As it turns out, there are lots of streaks on the hull from where the tendrils have damaged it, but it hasn't done any structural integrity damage. So actually, your vessel, for whatever reason, lucky enough, has managed to remain unscathed. Unfortunately, you guys are going to need to make 2 separate rolls again for rot as you sort of like travel through the area. So if you could do that again for me.
And this is to see if we get the rot, or is it to see?
Yeah, to see if it causes any damage. So you're going to get the rot anyway.
Oh, right.
So each of you need to...
I have a success on my first rot roll. How many are we doing?
2. And Douglas, you take 1 damage from that. And Marco, you take 1 damage from the second roll. Pete, you take 1 damage as well from the second roll. It's not good. Yeah. And then we're just waiting for...
Yeah, sorry, cat got getting in the way again.
That's all right. Your second roll, Douglas, is fine.
Is it your primary attribute that takes the hit?
It's just it's strength.
It's just strength. Okay.
Because of trauma damage that you're taking. So Chris just rolled it. Right. Neither of those were a failure, so that's fine. And once more for me, please. Chris. There you go.
And that's rot.
1 damage as well. Okay, well. So, no, it did. I think it did for you.
Yeah, I think I might be fresh out of strength.
You're down to, yeah. Yes. What happens when you run out of strength from rot? That is a good question.
You get eaten by the jellyfish?
You get eaten by the jellyfish.
You get a nasty cold?
Yeah, with a nasty cold. Okay, well, so it's
that would be a fun explanation
for poor old. So your strength has been broken,
and that means that America invades Canada.
Could you roll me a D66, please?
Mm-hmm. Low is good, right?
Low is good. I'm waiting for whatever your roll is. So that's 41. Okay. So you're sort of waiting, so you just sort of, as you're kind of waiting, sort of like to get out of the kind of jellyfish, and your headache starts to come on. You get this really pounding in your head, and your eye starts to get really kind of painful and sore, and eventually Moss just collapses to the deck. She is unconscious.
Okay. I guess when we're out of there, I'll go check on her.
Yeah. Yeah, you can kind of make your way out of the zone towards the end, heading further south. But yes, poor old Moss is out for the count. When you go over and see her, you can see that she has blood coming out the corner of her eye, like she's crying blood. And you can see her eye itself is all bloodshot and really badly sort of hemorrhaged.
Do I have any idea what any of this means? Or
do you have any medicine-y type skills?
I've got heal.
Well, that'll be the one to use.
Nice.
Make a heal roll for me, please.
I picked the best pal.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Successes.
2 successes. So yes, it looks like she has had a high dosage of rot, and it seems to have affected her eye and whatever's going on behind her eye. And you manage to sort of patch her up best you can, and you bring her around so you can heal a couple of points of strength back. You give her a good bit of food. So in fact, if you wanted to kind of heal further, you need to give her actual food. So a couple of rations of food will work, and you kind of basically get her to sit down, rest, recuperate. So Moss, you can't do anything to help with the ship for this whole zone. You'll just have to wait and leave.
Yeah, I'm just resting up, clutching my eye.
What time of day is it?
I'm just working it out now. So as you're kind of coming around the headland away from the sort of jellies, it's just starting to get dark as you're heading into the next zone.
Okay.
Right.
I'm going to need to eat soon.
You are going to need to eat soon and presumably
sleep
and find a place to hold up for the night.
1 success.
Yes. You make your way into the next zone. You can see as you kind of make your way into the zone, the headland kind of like moves in, and you can see further to the south another headland sticking out. There is another island off of the coast. Again, another sort of like longer island to sort of the southeast, and you've got this channel that you're now sailing through.
I dub the South Little Long Island.
That's catchy.
Yes, as you sort of like make your way across the or through the headland, You can see just on the other side of the island, large tall structure, what looks like a large thin building sort of rising maybe 15 or 20 stories in the air.
On the main island or on the
main island.
Okay.
Sort of just off the coast. You can see that it's got, similar to the large dish shape building you saw, it's got a lot of metal support structures around it and a bunch of smaller buildings again of the same kind of like grey and black kind of low buildings, much like you saw further up to the north. Other than that, you can't see anything else. Can one of you roll me a d6, please?
I nominate Douglas.
Well, okay. 5.
5. Okay. Again, the rain that you've kind of like been sort of like slowly sailing through, that was quite a light drizzle, starts to pick up. It starts to rain heavier. And as it starts to rain heavier, you can hear this low rumble and then this slightly off-key kind of noise. And then it goes silent, coming from the main island.
What do you think, Roach? Should we steer clear of the main island? Maybe stick to Little Long Island here, and spend the night, stay on the boat, keep moving? What's our best bet?
I think Moss could probably do with the rest, but
I could too.
That noise made my eye hurt.
I'm not quite sure what made that sound coming from the main island, but
If someone had got scouts and they're looking through
I got it.
binoculars or someone make a roll for me.
I failed, and I'm not going to push it because the binoculars will break.
Okay, yeah, you can see as you sort of like through the binoculars, you can make out through the rain more of those sort of large oxen-y kind of creatures moving about through the buildings as they kind of disappear off under the underbrush. Yeah, that's what you see.
Even on a failure, I see that. Okay.
You do, but you don't see anything specific.
Yeah. So should we just spend the night on the boat out on the water?
I'd much prefer that. I'm not walking anywhere.
The bouncing on the water does help me get to sleep.
Okay, let's do that then.
Okay, then you lay out your anchor. Your anchor drops maybe 30 foot, catches on some stuff, and you spend the night on board your ship.
I will eat some food. So I'm down to 1 strength. How much food do I have to eat?
You need to use. Let's have a look. You are so I think it's per ration will get you back up to strength.
Okay, so I've eaten 1 grub and I had 1 water, so I've gone from a strength 1 to a strength 2.
Yep, that's cool. So if you want to recover, you can spend the night. You need 4 hours of rest and a resource of those trauma. So when both the conditions are met, you restore all your lost attribute points. It's fine. So if you want to restore your strength back to normal, you need a ration of grub. If you want to restore your agility back to normal, it's a ration of water, wit, at least 4 hours of sleep, and empathy is a moment of closeness with others around you.
Can you go without water before you get the debuffs?
It's a day, I think, for that water. So you just
No,
need to
you
have
still
water
really
through
have
the
to have
day.
your one a what day.
Yeah. Essentially what you need. Okay. You spend the evening and can, Pete, can you roll me a d6 for the morning, please?
it's a 6.
Okay. You wake up to a lot of strong rocking. The rain that was kind of pouring down last night has turned into a full-blown storm. The ship is being thrown around. You're in the open channel, so you are getting battered. Marco is being very friendly and sending me a very interesting finger message.
Finger message.
That's what we're calling it today. So yes, the ship's being thrown around. You're in a proper storm. There's a lot of heavy waves. It's not a nice place to be.
We have to get off this boat.
You need to either go to the smaller island or to the bigger island. Either or. Really, to sort of the better of the two mooring places is the larger island, but you could probably try and find a small inlet maybe in the smaller island if you're afraid to go to the bigger island.
I'm out of grub now.
Ooh,
So
afraid, huh? I've got some grub for you, Roche.
Yeah. I meant to say, if you fancy going to the smaller island instead.
We're going to go to the big island. Fuck you.
Well, sound came from the big island.
It did.
Yeah, that was those animals were like mooing or something.
It could be.
How loud was this mooing?
It was quite a loud move.
That we
It's gonna
heard
be-
like
It was like
mile away.
it was a whole herd of them.
All in unison at the same time,
harmonizing.
And that's not even scarier. They all doing it like sentiently all together at the exact same time. Do they have minotaurs in this game? Let me just check. Okay. I mean,
we're doing sound effects now in Storage with Dice.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. What do you guys want to do? Big island, little island, drown. Those are our choices.
Well, my vote would be Little Island.
Okay. Roach?
Does the little island look like it might have resources on it?
You can't really tell. It might have some. It's difficult to tell through the massive lashing storm that's outside.
Well, it looks like there's better shelter on the big island, so I'd probably in that direction.
Moss?
Yeah, I'm fresh out of food and I still feel like crap. So I'd really need resources.
Big island it is. We're going to go where the moo is.
Excellent. Good. Those people who are going to be sailing / not rowing the ship, could you make a move roll? But you are at -2 to your move roll.
Will I do some sea shanties to help?
You can annoy them by doing some sea shanties by all means.
Different sessions, so what happens before doesn't necessarily count.
Could all be good this session. You might be perfect at this.
No, absolutely nothing.
Cool. There you go.
It
Putting
turns
me
out
back
that
into it, and I've got 3 successes.
Roach doesn't say a lot, but he can really hard graft when it comes to it. Cool. Yeah, you managed to sort of go with the swells. You managed to navigate and sail this vessel. You've been getting really good at this, Roach. You managed to bring it into the right part of the bay, away from the worst of the storm. You can either wait on board and wait out the storm, or if you want to go ahead, you can always get off the ship and go to land. It'll be up to you.
Yeah, we're definitely going to go on land. I mean, that was the whole point, right?
Okay. You get off of the ship, leave it moored up, and make your way inland. So, directly inland in front of you is a whole heap of trees that were kind of like you'd seen from further on northern inland, as sort of like replicated here. There's scrub everywhere, and you've got these low, small, large buildings, and this one sort of like 15, 20 story tall building with all this like cabling and caging around it. That's what you see. Where would you like to go? What would you like to do?
I guess we're looking for shelter from the storm. I guess that's what we're doing. I don't know. I am not the leader.
Okay. It's not far from where your boat will be moored off to get to one of the lower buildings. There's this large low building next to the tall building, and you go over there. When you go over there, you kind of make your way to the sort of like the building is grey, but when you get closer, it's sort of like a mixture of black and white kind of colors to the building, and you end up going down a ramp to the low building, and you can see that whereas you've seen other larger buildings have got very big windows, these have got very small windows, and they're very long and elongated, and they are sort of at this sort of like slightly higher level to the sort of the floor, but you're going down almost like a floor into sort of like a sub-basement. You come to these very large doors, and they're very kind of thick doors, but they're partially open.
Does the water from the rain sort of pool down there?
It does a little bit. But I mean, it seems to be going into sort of like a grate or something off to the side.
Okay, that's good.
Looks like shelter. Shall we head in?
We should. And maybe I'll have a poke around, see what I can scavenge. Maybe there's some food here.
Yep. So as you kind of go into the building, you can see it's dark inside, but you can just make out through the light of the storm and the lightning, off to the left-hand side of this large hallway, you can see a flag. And draped on the flag is this circle with a red line going around the circle. The flag itself is blue with a lighter blue and white kind of like central circle with this red line, what looks like it's going around this circle. And there's a bunch of like hieroglyphics and stuff running across the center of the circle. Would you like to make a comprehend roll, Douglas?
Well, as per usual, I do not have comprehend.
Sorry.
So unless there's writing, I'm fresh out of luck.
There's writing.
Okay, I can read the writing then.
You can read the writing.
I have to understand it.
It means nothing to you. It's a 4-letter word. You have no idea what it means.
Read it out loud to someone else who might know it.
Can anyone who has comprehend make a comprehend roll, and you're at -4.
Can I buy a vowel, Cochrane?
Well, there's only 4. I don't know what a vowel is.
At -4, I'm like at 1 die.
That's a try.
That's a chance.
See how well Moss does. Drum roll, please.
She just made it a private roll. See, how does it feel, Ed?
Fine.
That still didn't go through, did it? That's weird.
Didn't make any rolls. It's lies. You didn't. It didn't go through. I don't know why it didn't go through. Would you like?
Okay, I'm just gonna.
It's not working.
Please go ahead. Otherwise, I was gonna say I'll just roll a single die out of the die box.
I'll roll for you. Well, you'd be pleased to know it was a success.
Ooh, I'll take it.
Congratulations, you managed to succeed. So he tells you what it is, and you're like, oh yes, you remember hearing stories of this from the Elder. It's one of the very few things you did remember. So the letters are NASA, and apparently, according to the
Nice.
old world, this was an organization that sent people out from the planet, which is the round circle bit, on a space vessel outside of the Earth or the planet. Apparently that's what you live on, and it sent it out to other people living away from here on a very long journey. And you really remember the globe and the round red line that goes around it, and you remember that NASA was the name of the organization. Can't remember what it stood for, but you know that this was the organization.
It's a rocket ship thing. It's a rocket ship thing. It's a rocket ship thing.
Did we see a painting of one of those things?
We sure did.
They used to send people out on the other side of the sky. Yeah, I don't believe it. There is nothing on the other side of the sky. It's just more sky.
Maybe the sky is like an ocean that you just need a different boat to travel through.
Cochrane, don't be ridiculous.
Cochrane, you've got to. I mean, I don't just going to turn in her grave that she's missing this. This is amazing.
I think we've broken Moss.
So look at that flag. I'm going to try and get it.
Okay, yeah, you can pull it down. It's quite a large flag, but you just rip it down if you want.
This will make a nice cloak to keep me dry.
I mean, this could quite easily fold over twice and make a blanket.
I'll sleep with this.
It's a big flag.
Might I scavenge for artifacts?
If you would like to scavenge for artifacts, feel free to make a roll.
For goodness sakes, I rolled bumpkiss.
That's a lot of dice, Marco.
$10.
It is a lot of dice. I'm going to push it.
Success. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey,
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. Right then. What would you like to do with your? You're looking for artifacts, and what else would you like to do? So we'll go to sort of the non-navigate rules.
So for that stunt, yeah, what do I want to do for that stunt?
Presumably one of them is you're going to find the artifact. So it's slightly different because we've really kind of now starting to explore the role. You can assess the general level of rot. You can find bullets. You can find rations. You can explore time.
I will assess the rot level, but I also have a rot finder talent. So that stunt lets me find the most rot-free route through the sector.
Well,
and then the rot level counts 1 step lower.
Okay, well, you'd be pleased to know that this is a rot oasis. There is no rot here whatsoever.
That's what I like.
There are also no artifacts here.
But this is NASA. What do you mean there are no artifacts here?
You start to look around, and as you look around for anything you can potentially pick up, it looks like the place has been cleaned out.
Damn you, Elon Musk.
But the flag's surely an artifact.
The flag technically could be an artifact. For you, it wouldn't give you anything. If you took it back to the Ark and went, here's a flag, they'd be like, great, thanks.
Nice bit of fabric.
Yeah, it's not really anything that would increase the technology. This is what an artifact would do. You kind of make your way through the area that you're in. What you do find is as you wander around, you can see that there are a lot of old chairs and there's a lot of what looks like old technology that probably would have worked or been helpful at some point, but all of it has been, it's just laying dormant. There's just a whole load of like screens and other things, but they all seem to be dead. Nothing seems to be working. It just doesn't appear to be anything of a value that you could probably find or pick up.
The chairs, are they just like plastic foldy chairs, or?
They are chairs that you can sit on, and they've got these little wheels that allow you to like move around on the chairs.
That's interesting.
Do they still function?
I might take one home for our room. I'm decorating our room apparently with NASA flags, art, and wheelie chairs. Here's another question: is there a fire extinguisher around with my wheelie chair?
No, there was no fire extinguisher around. Yeah, they do work, sort of. They're old, but you also find, so that's what you find, Douglas. You want to do that? That's fine.
We'll sit in my chair and then wheel myself like around, like sitting on it a whole day, and then just like my legs around the room.
The only light coming into this building is through the very thin windows that are sort of like stationed around the actual building. You can see inside the building the various rooms, and there's one big room that has all these kind of like banks of like keyboards and various other stuff that are all they all appear to be integrated into the sort of like the build into the tables and the sides. So it's not like you can just pick up like the keyboard and walk off with it or anything like that.
I'm writing on these things, but I can't understand any of these words. It seems like QWERTY, don't know.
I'm absolutely having one of these classic XKCD, my code is compiling moments where I'm challenging Cochrane to essentially a sort of game of jousting on the wheelie chairs.
Oh, excellent. Yes. Let's give this a go.
Okay, that's cool. Pete, what's Roach doing?
He'll just be looking through any debris in any cupboards or anything, looking for anything that's remotely like edible.
Yeah, there's definitely nothing edible here.
I know I'm hungry too, but this is so much fun, Roach. You gotta try. Sit. I'll push you. No, feet off the ground.
I'm getting dizzy.
Can you please make a scout roll for me?
Yes. Scout. Could I use my binoculars?
No.
No binoculars.
You could, but you'll be at -2.
Ha, I didn't need them anyway. I got 2 successes.
So while you're sort of like searching around for the artifacts that you can't find, there isn't anything. They're all kind of messing about on chairs. You find what looks like a part of the wall. And when you go past it, you can feel like a slight breeze or something. And then you realize actually it's a door that's kind of hidden. You're like, oh, okay. Well, that's weird.
I will check it out.
Okay. It's a door that's hidden and it seems to be shut.
How hidden is it?
It looks like it's been made to look like part of the wall.
Is there an obvious like handle or means to open it, or? Yeah,
you kind of faff around with it for a bit, but you're not quite sure. You probably would need to know something more about technology that you don't have. Anyone with jury rig will probably do something with it.
So if I push it, it doesn't open?
No, you're like, I don't really understand where it works or how it works.
Do you want to show me that fun door you've there?
I call Moss over. There's a door here. There's some air coming in from the seams of this door, but there's no handle, and I don't see any hinges.
Oh, that's weird.
Assuming I know what a hinge is.
Yeah, you know what a hinge is.
Ooh, 2 successes.
I check where the hinges go, like which way they bend and where to push to make them bend.
You immediately have a look around and you realize that you'd obviously read something similar or learned about something similar, that actually there is a little panel off to the side that's also hidden. That when you open that and you flick it, you wouldn't have necessarily found it because you'd be looking for the door, but it's actually off to the side, just around the corner. You can see that there's some kind of key card that's stuck into like a hole, but it seems like the key card is just slightly bent at a weird angle, so it's not fully in. And you just push the key card in. And as you do that, the door in front of you makes a hissing noise, and then the door opens and a light blinks on the other side of the door. It's quite a thick door.
Yeah, this is totally not dangerous.
And the door sort of like slides off to the side. And you can see a long corridor heading down towards essentially where the tall building is, in that direction. And there's a light that turns on. And then a couple of other lights turn on in the sort of like soft blue kind of color as it shoots off down towards the corridor.
Suggest to the rest of the group, hey, this way, and then just start following the lights.
Is this a perfectly straight corridor with a very flat floor?
It is.
Right. I would be like, Roach, give me a shove on the chair, and I will try and overtake Caspian by being pushed on the chair.
I push Pete.
Okay.
Roach.
So they're just basically pissing around with chairs down the corridor.
That exchange.
Okay. And you're like, okay. So you're just walking ahead. You can hear this like rumble behind you as they're pushing each other down the chair, down the corridor with that thing. When you carry on, the corridor continues on for maybe 100 or so meters. It doesn't sort of like disappear off left or right. It just keeps going straight on. And then it comes to the door. This time it's a silver door, which is ahead of you. And there is another slot on the side for a key card and some numbers. And then you realize you'll probably have to run all the way back, get the key card out, and then come all the way back again, which I'm guessing Moss is going to do, because you realize as soon as you see it, you need another key card to go in here.
Okay, let's see if there's one. Otherwise, I'll go back and retrieve the first.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you run all the way back. Go pick up that.
I must
Come
get
all
in
the way
the chair and I'll push them back.
You push each other back. You do all
Once
that.
more.
They piss around for a bit longer, and they come all the way back again. Again, presumably this time maybe Roach is pushing Moss down on the chair, and she's brandishing this key card, which she then puts into the slot, and the door opens. And you go in. This building, or this room, looks very similar to the one you were in, except the monitors and stuff are sort of like a weird bluey color. And when you come in, they all start to blink on, and all the screens start to turn on.
And what's on the screen?
There's a load of writing on the screen, and it's asking if you wish to prepare for something. And then it has a lot of scientific-y type things, which you like, I don't understand what that means.
For something. Moss, what the hell is this thing saying?
Like I can read, but I mean, maybe it's preparing the rocket for launch.
Something says location, and it's got the name of a place, Legrand something.
Maybe we can shoot the
Lagrange?
rocket somewhere else. That's not the moon or something.
Maybe this is how we get to Eden.
Caspian Eden doesn't exist. Remember we discussed this.
Just for fun. No, I don't know how to do that. I was going to say I type Eden on the keyboard, but I cannot.
Okay, you type Eden on the keyboard. Before you hit enter, do you want to do it, or do you want to backspace to something else?
I guess I'll ask Cochrane to do it because he's the only one who knows how to spell that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, you do that. Okay.
I type in, but I don't know what to do afterwards because I just typed in the word Eden.
Okay, you type in the words Eden, and a whole load of information comes up.
What were you saying, Cochrane, about Eden not existing?
Well, can I type in the word Maui? Maui.
You type in the word Maui, and it comes up with a whole lot of other information.
And you see, Caspian?
It looks like Maui is whatever a tertiary staging point is.
It's a thing. It's
a thing. But you know what it is? But it says that it sounds scientific.
Okay. So what does it say about Eden then before?
It says that Eden is a project that was created about 25 years ago to look for the perfect human.
Wow.
That doesn't sound anything like the Eden that people have described. Must be a different thing.
It has a whole load of gumph that kind of comes up, mentioning a whole lot, and all of a sudden a map comes up of this globe, and there are lots of pins on the map highlighting and showing various what looks like locations, and they're all named from Eden 1 all the way to Eden 66.
So wait, Eden isn't a place, it's a person?
It looks like multiple things across this globe, circle, sphere thing.
And then you kind of keep searching. Can you make a comprehend roll? You don't have comprehend, do you?
No. This whole chestnut.
Could you just make a wits roll?
Hey, with my 2 dice, I got 1 success.
You have a look, and it looks like there's some other stuff about the Eden Project. There's a lot of gobbledygook, but what you do find is another map, but this map is not on Earth. This is a map of multiple stations outside of Earth, and it looks like as you kind of go through the blurb that there is a ship waiting to go to one of these stations.
So there's other dots on these other spheres, and then there's a ship that will take you to this sphere here. I assume is that what
we should go.
And it says, "Do you wish to begin preparation?"
Yes. Yes.
Oh, where? So what was these other spheres called?
It's going
Which one? There's like 66 of the bloomin' things on this sphere, and then there's like a bunch of them on this sphere. Like from the things that people have described Eden as single place, there's multiple places here in scientific. So I don't think this is the thing you guys have been talking about. This is something else.
Disagree.
What do you think it is then?
I think it is Eden.
Which is?
It knows where to take us. It knows more than we do.
Well, which Eden do we want to go to?
Whichever Eden it takes us to. That is our destiny.
Moss, do you want to make a comprehend roll, please?
Yeah, please. I'm standing here looking at these things, all puzzled.
Explaining verbally all the stuff I've been seeing. So,
yeah.
One success.
Okay. Through all the blurb so Cochrane has gone through a load of stuff. He seems to be skipping lots of things like, I'm bored, I'm going to go to the next page. So the information you're getting is not exactly fully clear. And so he's kind of like giving you bits of information as you're kind of like listening to him and looking at the maps and looking at the stuff that's on the screens. You kind of figure out that Eden 42 is something to do with an Eden nearby. There is a map, but it has no resemblance to if you mentally think about the island that you're on, it doesn't make sense. There isn't an island. It's an odd map, right? So you can't tell. But apparently this is where it probably would be within 5 or 6 sort of zones from where you are, potentially. But this is Eden 42's rocket ship, which will take you to what looks like Eden L4, whatever that means. And then it talks about Lagrange points and various other things, and you're like, over your head, you have no idea.
To Maui, that's more interesting to Cochrane. This tertiary, whatchamacallit?
Yeah. Staging area is what they called it. Tertiary staging area. Yeah, you kind of do that, and it seems to be on the round map is like on the other side of where you are. It's just completely opposite.
Do we know where this vessel is?
According to this, it's prepped and ready to go.
But do we know how to get to the vessel?
No, you haven't seen a vessel.
Maybe it's going to tell us if we put in a request.
Yeah, it's kind of still requesting on another screen. Do you wish to prepare the vessel?
Okay, I will type in, where is the rocket ship? And see if it replies to me.
Yeah, you kind of like type it in. It gives you a whole load of gobbledygook. And it doesn't make any sense to you. There's a whole load of numbers and buttons and various other kind of like letters and stuff, but it means nothing to you.
There are no signs or anything pointing to where this ship is?
You look around and you're sort of looking at various signs and things. You can see loads of signs. There's loads of like insignia and loads of like there's a lot more of these symbols for NASA and EDEN all over the place. You kind of look around, make a scout roll for me, please. Okay.
2 successes.
Cool. Yeah, you look around and you sort of like start pointing out, what does that say? What does this say? What does that say? And between you, sort of Roach is sort of looking at this happening. So between you speaking to Cochrane and Moss kind of like translating it, you see there is actually a sign that says Launchpad, and there is another set of doors which look like they go to another location.
Moss, I think I found it.
What?
Place the place where the vessel is.
Through there?
Yes. Can you open it?
I retrieve the key card.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And there is another key slot to go next to the these sets of doors.
Wow. Here goes. I put it in.
You put it in and the door opens. It's like a double door that folds in on themselves and it kind of slides across, and you can see there's a largish area inside, like a box room. It doesn't go anywhere. But there's a bunch of dials and stuff on the wall of the box room.
I tap them.
Flip them around, turn them, push them.
Well, they're little buttons. You push all the buttons and stuff, and they all sort of highlight. It looks like, according to Cochrane, they go from -3 to 20.
20, go to 20.
Yeah, higher numbers. Do I have a concept of a negative number? They don't exist in real life.
Do you have a concept of negative number? It's weird. Someone's put like it's like, yeah, I suppose you do, because you might have some, but then you take things away because you've eaten them. So you'd understand negative numbers.
There. I don't see a rocket ship in here.
Is there
very small rocket ship?
Are there buttons near the numbers?
There are, yeah.
Push the button that is for 20.
Okay, so that's you in there. Cochrane, he wants to go in the box room. All 5 of you, all 4 of you will be able to fit into the box room with maybe 2 people to spare.
Yeah, like, I'll just be being like, there's significantly not a rocket ship in this thing. I don't know why Caspian's so insistent there is something in here.
Does Roach want to go as well?
I think Roach would be a little bit reluctant.
Come on, Roach, live a little.
Too sure where all this is going. Seems all a bit sort of almost religious, sort of not practical, not of this world. Yeah, okay, I'll come with you, but
Reluctantly.
That's my Roachy.
Okay. Once you're all in, the door's shut, and then you get this like weird feeling in your stomach as the room appears to move.
Are we under attack or something? I don't feel well.
Heavier.
It's a go up, go down room. I heard of these.
Go up, go down room.
Yeah, they had rooms like these on the ship, but they never did anything back in the Ark.
No. You kind of make your way up. The thing stops at the first button that you pushed, and the doors open, and you can see another room. This is quite a large room, and you can see a large object in the room as all the lights light up. It looks like the bottom part of a rocket ship. When you look up, it goes up. You'd think it would go into darkness, but it goes up essentially 10 more flights of stairs, or 10 more flights. And you can see other gangways and planks and various other metallic things hanging onto the rocket ship. And you can see this this room that you're in goes all the way up the side to the top of the rocket ship.
Right? Didn't I button for?
You did, but you'll push the buttons for everything else as well. So you're gonna have to stop at every single stop to get to the top.
Here's a
Which
question.
is essentially what happened.
We have said rocket ship. Do we actually have a concept of what a rocket is?
Yes, because Moss.
Yeah,
I had an understanding of what it is.
so we know like it's combust. Fire comes out
Yeah.
bottom and it moves that way.
Yes, it
Like
goes
we're
up.
not looking for like a propeller or anything.
No propeller.
Yeah.
Yeah, you end up going up all the flights that there is a stop at, and obviously you get out, look at every single one, and eventually you get to the very top, and it comes out to a gangway which has the top of or at least you're not quite at the top, almost at the top, and you can see a door in the side of the rocket ship.
Boss, you're really good at doors. You should have this.
Not sure if the keycard will fit there.
Is there a handle on this door?
There is like a recessed handle that you can pop out, and then you move.
Like on the boat ship.
Yep, like on a boat.
Ooh.
Yep.
Easy enough.
It seems easy enough. And you open this really thick door, and as you open the really thick door, you hear as all this kind of like air comes out of it. It's a really stale, musty kind of air.
On the sort of like gangway we are, can we see outside from here?
And no, you can't. It seems that the whole thing is completely enclosed.
Okay, let's poke our head in.
I step inside.
Okay. You have to crouch a little bit, but you guys step inside. You are in a small little room. There is another door, which you then have to open and go into. And then once you do that, you can see 6 chairs facing upwards. And there are 6 bodies on the chairs. One of them is facing towards you. And you can just see the faces all sunk in and sallow and just sort of looking you with dead, sunken eyes, this like mummified face. And just as you kind of see that, there's movement off to your right-hand side. And someone says, "Good evening. How can I be of service?"